guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. It is Monday morning. Our top story today was about the UAE thwarting a new anti-terror organisation. We also spoke about the riots in the UK and the 3 mistakes we're all making on the roads that are delivering the most traffic accidents. We would really love if you would hit that subscribe button to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. Enjoy the show. Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Today I'm joined by Farah. Good morning, Farah.
Hi, good morning, Casey.
We are 20 minutes late due to technical difficulty. It is a Monday morning and nothing is working in the Lovin Dubai studio, but we're here with you. We love to see your comments before, during and after the show. Our top story for you today: the UAE thwarts a new anti-UAE terror organisation.
And a Dubai resident's tourist visa was rejected because the country believed he wouldn't be returning home.
Tam Khan speaks out about the Islamophobia and riots in the UK.
And 94 traffic accidents were recorded this year due to 3 simple mistakes.
It's Monday, we're keeping it fresh. We're so excited that later on in the show we're going to be joined by a female motorcycle rider. She's talking skills, overcoming fears and advice for new riders. But let's jump into our top story today. The UAE uncovers a new anti-terror organisation linked to the Muslim Brotherhood. So the UAE investigations revealed this secret organisation which was operating abroad. It's connected to a terror organisation which was in fact dissolved back in 2013. However, they have now been involved in anti-UAE demonstrations targeting the country with new smear campaigns.
The group, which is partly funded by sources within the UAE, established alliances with other terrorist groups and posed as charitable and intellectual organizations, notably the Cordoba Foundation. And it was led by Anas al-Tikriti of the Muslim Brotherhood, and he's also involved. The TSF presents itself as a Middle Eastern think tank. However, it's been classified as a terrorist organization since 2014.
So this story was shared by WAM, and I just think it's so unbelievable to know that these activities are happening. So they've been doing things like smear campaigns, promoting hate speech against the UAE. They've been spreading discord. They've been financing terrorism, money laundering, and cooperating with foreign intelligence to destabilize the UAE. They also targeted UAE institutions, questioning the human rights records here in the UAE, and also using fake accounts to spread online disinformation.
The fact that they have sources within the UAE is, I feel like, what's the most terrifying about this whole thing.
So true.
The public prosecution is conducting investigations based on confessions from an arrested member and findings from the State Security Department, and the public prosecution is expected to release details of the terrorist organization and its crimes upon the completion of these investigations.
So what has happened is someone has been arrested and is giving them exactly how this group has been operating, which is absolutely interesting. And he has said that their goal was to weaken confidence in the UAE government, to stir up public opinion through fake online pages and propaganda. So that's what's been happening, but now they found it and they're stamping it out. When we get more information on that, we'll bring it directly to you if you're as invested in this story as we are. But let's jump into the next story, the 3 simple mistakes that are causing the most accidents on Dubai roads.
Oh yeah, so basically Dubai police recorded 94 traffic accidents as well as their causes. The accidents were caused by 3 main mistakes and they are totally avoidable, obviously. So the first is reckless reversing, which can land you a fine of 500 dirhams and 4 black points.
Trying to figure out if I've ever done reckless reversing. What classifies as reckless?
So let's say you miss an exit and then you reverse on the road. That's reckless reversing, and that can land you a fine of 500 dirhams.
That is so reckless.
Yeah.
Like, you see the cars stop and you're like, okay, someone's made a bad move here, but the reversing on a, okay, fine, fair enough. The second is driving against traffic flow. This happened during the rains, but I didn't think it happened outside of it. So basically going against oncoming traffic. This can land you a fine of 600 dirham and 4 black points, and your car will be impounded for 7 days only?
But actually, during the rain, when people were doing it, nobody was fined.
Yeah.
That's a relief, but that was an emergency situation. That's not usually the case. So don't do that.
True. But it's like 50, isn't it? If you break a red light in the UAE, it's a 50,000 dirham fine.
Something like that. It's like an astronomical number.
There seems like a wild difference between this going against traffic flow and breaking, but maybe a lot of people are breaking red lights, and then when a lot of people are doing something, then you need to put harsher punishment in. Probably.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, that's true. Last but not least, the third reason is failing to abide by lane discipline, and the fine for that is 400 dirhams. So let's say you are going to miss your exit, but you cross that like corner line thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 400. May or may not have been guilty of that.
It's the you know when you're going through maybe a tunnel and there's like one unbroken white line.
That's also one of them, yeah.
That's lane discipline. You see people breaking that all the time.
Yeah. This one is only if you're caught. There's no like camera, I think, that sees that or like a radar, but like who knows? Who knows?
So interesting. So these simple mistakes are what are causing the most road accidents on the streets of Dubai. And you know, very lightly, speaking of like discipline and punishment, this brings us into our next story. I'm sure you've seen international news feeds have been lit up with the public riots in the UK, which are happening this weekend. The riots followed the murder of 3 girls who were at a Taylor Swift themed dance class, and it was done by a teenager from Southport, UK.
Yeah, so if I can pronounce his name is Axel Moganwa, and he's been charged with their deaths as well as 10 counts of attempted murder of 8 children and 2 adults who were seriously injured in the attack on Monday.
So it was an absolute tragedy what happened. And because he was 17, pre the charge, his name was not released. So people started to say, who is it? How did it happen? And following the deaths, riots ensued. We saw far-right activists who were said to use social media to spread disinformation about the attacker's identity, including false claims about who it was. I think we shared a photo of who it might have been. And what people were saying was that it was a Muslim refugee.
Yeah, Merseyside police have confirmed that the 17-year-old was born in Cardiff to Rwandan parents, and the police confirmed that he has no links to Islam whatsoever. So despite this protesters led by people, they were expressing anti-immigration, anti-Muslim views. So that's kind of how the riots also ensued. It was people taking, false claims about the attacker, the murderer, the accused, and switching it, making it into their own, and that's how that happened. Mosques were targeted, and police were also targeted in the attacks. Yeah, it's a very sad story, to be honest. And it's very unexpected as well.
Interesting, the mosques targeting religious institutions, on what grounds? And when we say riots versus protests, for example, a protest is one thing, but they are throwing beer bottles at the police. They are, using violence to make noise. And the news grabbed attention here. It was covered by the New York Times. And Tam Khan, who you may know, a former professional MMA fighter. He's a Dubai-based entrepreneur, and he is not quiet about his opinions on this. He basically went on to X. He said, "WTF is going on in the UK? Waking up, you're basically seeing, racist, drunken, good-for-nothings attacking defenseless people. They're inciting violence and vandalism." He continued, if you want to read the whole thing, it's on X, but he said, "This is racism. It's nothing else but pure racism. And it's so sad. I've never seen this before. And what happened to those girls at that Taylor Swift dance classes?
Horrific.
It's horrific. However, for people to use that to incite anti-immigrant hatred, it's not right. And if you have a voice, use it. Don't use violence against the police. I just think using violence against the police is so ignorant.
On the post itself, if you do find it on Lovin Dubai, we basically also added the UAE law against discrimination and stuff. You can find that. The fines are very hefty, and there's also imprisonment of up to 1 year. So it's very, very unfortunate that this is happening, and our thoughts or prayers are going out to the family of the 3 girls. But yeah, it's very unfortunate that this had to happen, and hopefully it comes to an end.
Hopefully, I agree. And what's so interesting about that is this is the first time I've seen riots to this scale in the UK. 2 weeks ago was the first time I ever saw riots on the streets of the UAE. If you saw those videos, and the UAE stepped in, and life sentences, deportation, like absolutely no tolerance.
Zero. None
Zero
whatsoever.
tolerance. And it will be interesting to see how the UK respond to this. And I feel for the police on the streets. You know, they're hardworking people. It's a difficult one to challenge, but it all depends on the type of punishment that's put in place. As long as it's rightly placed, the punishment, it's very difficult to decipher. But when the country takes a hard line on this, but it's interesting. The UK operates differently to the UAE.
Yeah, of course.
For better or for worse.
At the end of the day, rules have to be followed.
Right. Speaking of rules,
we're going to jump into the next story.
Right.
It's a bit of a slightly more lighthearted one, but basically a Dubai resident's tourist visa was rejected because the country believed he wouldn't be coming back to Dubai. Basically, an Iranian content creator called Elvit Ibrahimi, he posted a video talking about his experience applying for a tourist visa to a country he didn't disclose. He was in disbelief when the officer said he doesn't have documents to prove he would be returning back to Dubai. Elvit said that the only reason he's traveling is to spend time with family who happen to live there. But Dubai is home to him. He was a little shocked by that.
So he's basically like, you're asking me for documents that I'm coming back, and he's like, obviously I'm coming back. Like, no way would I want to be... He didn't say the country.
He didn't say the country, no.
But he's basically like, this is the greatest place on earth.
Of course I would be coming back.
Of course I'm coming back. Like, I don't want to stay in your country. But does he not? Like, I get it. Like, I totally get it.
We get it.
Yeah. I was chatting to someone on Friday night, and, you know, she's lived here her whole life, and she moved to a European country for a year, and she was like, I love the city so much. Like, and it's that a lot of people feel that love for the city, so we get it. But also, understanding immigration and country laws, that like generally you're asked for your return flight ticket. Like every country, the UAE is strict on that because it's the only way to manage an influx of interested people.
Exactly. So I mean, we understand where the rule is coming from, and we understand why this may have happened. But it's very, very like interesting to see that in that moment and in that situation, he was like, I love the UAE. Of course I would be coming back. It's the best country in the world. So yeah, I mean, I thought that was really cute as well.
Love for the city will never get old, that's for sure. So guys, we had a couple of technical difficulties this morning, but it's Monday morning and we move on.
We go through it. We roll with it. It's fine.
Yeah, we roll with it. But it's been, you know, it's a big weekend in terms of news. A lot of international stories, instability in the region, the Olympics, and you know, we're just kind of waking up to kind of a bit of a scary, unstable time. And if we have more updates from the UAE, from that, we'll bring them to you later on in the day. But this does bring us to the end of our show. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be joined by an incredible motorcycle rider after this short break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We are now joined by Ekaterina Nazarova, who has just won Automotive Influencer of the Year. She's a passionate motorcycle rider, and also she's got absolute skills. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks a lot. It gives me a great pleasure to be here today.
Great, congratulations on your award. So I came to know of you when I saw you walking up on stage at the social media awards like 2 weeks ago. How was the win?
Oh my God, I didn't expect it, to be honest. I just came there and it was like, there are so huge influencers. I'm like, all right, and I'm a motorcycle instructor. I never considered myself as an influencer, to be honest. I was so busy with what I'm actually doing with people and trainings. Yeah, I shared a lot of videos. How will you do that? But it's never been a goal for me to be an influencer. And then when they call me on the stage, I'm like, is that me? Really? I didn't expect that. But it feels very good. Yes.
You know, though, it's always the people that aren't trying that smash it. Because like I saw your first videos, they've got like 2 views, 4 views, and then it's like 12K, 100K.
Correct.
Like, so it's because you have that niche and because you've become so skilled at motorcycle. When did that start? Like, when did you first get on a motorcycle?
Okay. So it's been late 2016. It's a very interesting story, simple but very interesting story. I had a little bit down days. We call it, let's say, depression, and I isolate myself on people. I get 1 week of silence. 1 week of silence. And I just took a pen and paper and I was like, okay, what do I want? And I wrote down maybe 100 points. I want to build a house and so on, what normal people can say. And I didn't think, I just kept writing. It felt like someone else's hands, not actually mine. I disconnect completely. So I wrote, and I didn't read it after it. So I got tired, I slept, and then I had to move my house. And I moved my house maybe 6 months after, something like that. And I found this paper. When I found this paper, I went, oh, that's interesting. And then I read this. And then on the middle, it's written, I want to ride a motorcycle. Next sentence was, I want to do extreme sports. Did I know that before? Never. But it's been just my hand. What I want to say is probably something subconscious. Like we do have answers within us when we have that silence. Everything within us. When there are no noise from outside, our problems, families, work, everything outside, commitments. When you get that silence, the answers are within us. And interesting part is that I already applied for my motorcycle license without knowing it, without reading this paper. So this paper been done 6 months ago. I applied for my driving license, a month ago, and who gave me this idea? A friend of mine. Katrina, let's do license. Let's go, we go to US, get these bikes, and we're gonna ride. I'm like, wow, what is the idea? I didn't know any of this, but apparently this paper been done before. That's the story.
It's so so many people we speak to on this show, and they could be famous, whoever they are, and we say like, did you know this was coming? And they say it was on my vision board. I knew it was my goal. But what's interesting is that you said you were going through a challenging time, you wrote it down, and so many people watching the show are also going through our own challenging times, and we have our goals. How did you take the first step when you saw that paper? Because it's really easy to have it written. What was the first step to actually fulfilling it?
A very good question. It was not easy. The difficult part was to put first anything. Like I said, okay, where to start? What? Then I voice, there is some voice inside. Says, just go ahead. Anything, silly, whatever. You want to do Michael Jackson, what's called?
The moonwalk.
Correct. Go for it. I'm like, okay, fine, house. Like a house. Oh, wow, woman, have a house.
Sure.
So I start with it. And then after house, it's leaded to a family, then it's leaded to this and that and that, and then so on. Just start, not thinking, even if it's a funnest thing. Silly, it doesn't matter, they're not judge. It's you.
Love that so much.
Yeah.
So you had never ridden a motorcycle pre then. Yeah. So how did you go from okay, I'm going to try this to I'm smashing it?
Okay. My friend, this lady. So we joined together. This is purely her idea. I was like, wow, what an idea. Amazing. So let's go away, Bilhassa. Also Bilhassa.
Yeah.
Let's go there. We open the files, huge numbers of the classes over there. All right, I don't know anything about it. So let's do it. So we joined. On the first day, unfortunately, yes, I had dropped. I call into the wall. I dropped up.
You drove into the wall?
Yeah. It's my first experience. And I'm like, all right, that feels very weird. I'm on the floor, it feels very weird. And I can't compare this feeling with anything ever I know. All right, so I stand up, I'm like, I was worried I broke the motorcycle. They said, don't worry about the motorcycle, you're okay. And the trainers seems like they used to it. Normal, everybody's falling. So now also I know it's okay to fall.
Yeah.
My friend, she took her file back and she never get back. She said, you know what? I understood. I have a lot in my head. I cannot focus. It's very quite focusing. My life is not like that. My life wasn't also either better. But I had 3 words, and these 3 words led me to where I wanted to do it. It is one more time. So these 3 words is the very strong part. And it's not I was saying, it's something inside saying, one more time, It's not easy. They say, hey, let it hurt a little bit. This is scary. That's weird. I don't. Say one more time. So it's a one more time. Oh.
Wow. My brother runs marathons and things, and his mantra is just keep going, one foot after the other, just keep going. That's how he says it. However, which is fine if you're running marathons because that's endurance, but you're doing adrenaline sports, which can lead to injury. So you drove into a wall on your first day. Since 2016, have you or anyone you know ever been seriously injured, and how do you overcome that?
Okay, good question. Yeah, that's mistakes. So basically, journey of mistakes. You want to master something, you will do mistakes. That's part of it, and that's actually the only way. In this regards, things can be done a little bit better or easier if a right tutor next to you. So basically, it's a person who already experienced all, and it just gives you an easy way and shortcuts. You have this shortcut from the right person. Okay. In my regards, I had many trainers, and I select them. They're the best over the world. I target them. Yeah, it was a little bit expensive. I had to sell my business and dedicate $500,000 dirham to trainers. Only trainers. This person is somewhere in Italy, and he can be the best. It's not about the school, it's about the person trainer. So this has been done. And during the process, a lot of falls. Before I approach the best trainers, what's made me think about it, that I need someone who can help me. Well, falls, a lot of falls daily. I remember 10 to 15 times I fall at training, pair training. And we did trainings twice per day, so 20, 30 times daily. And it's not a big bike, it was like little tiny bikes like that, training bikes. But believe me, they can do job. Yeah, they can throw you out, and it's physics basically. But hard times I met on the big bikes already on my racing journey. Yeah, because it's always beyond a limit. There's something else. You always discover, and then cool, you want to go, I want to win, I'm gonna be champion, I'm gonna get a podium today. And sometimes mistakes happened. Yeah. So that happened. I remember the medical crew in Dubai, I don't know. They know me like, Katrina, it's again you.
Wow.
I'm like, Doc, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it's okay. This time it's better. It's okay.
You blew me away 2 minutes ago. You said you sold your business for $500,000 dirham and put it all towards training.
Yeah.
How do you fund how do you fund yourself through the sport now? If your business is gone, how do you kind of keep going?
That's been a long back. It's a long ago, and even the financial literacy, it's something. Basically, those days, I can't be proud to say that, yeah, I have my own financial literacy. And by the way, this move was pure, I call it spiritual, like it's my dream, and it is nothing important. I didn't go any plan, financial literacy, none of this. It's a pure goal. I want it so much, so whatever it should be done is gonna be done. The money is anyway gone. Even if it didn't do this way, I don't think I could have had them. But during the time, it's been years, the experience comes being in Dubai, having surrounding of, surrounding of the well-educated people. My life partner, he's a well-educated in this regard, so he teaches me a lot how to manage the budget and so on. So together we do a great job. And sorry, what was the question?
Well, I was asking, you sold your business for $500,000 dirham and you went all into an industry which, by the way, is famously male-dominated. Okay. So I wonder now, have you ever faced any challenges as a woman who's trying to make it in a male-dominated industry?
Okay. It is. Yes. It was challenging, especially on the race days, because there are no female race on my days. this year, first time ever they did it, pure female racing, yes. But all back days, they're only male. And I was the only woman racing here within 22, 25 guys. And later on, they get one more, so 2 ladies. And then...
Is this UAE or international?
It is both.
Wow.
Yeah. Both. It is challenging over there, but in general, in this domain, it's the same. Man or woman, kid or adult, it's a human being. Basically, once you come to the machine, people, even the VVIPs, person coming with the back shoulders, when coming to the motorcycle, you can see different human, the true person. Actually, with their own fears, sabotages, and coming like removing all these armors and meet yourself on motorbike. You meet yourself. Yeah, so it's
that's so interesting. We are really running out of time. We've got 5 minutes left. I want to ask you 2 things. One, what is the craziest stunt you have tried?
in general. Yeah. Okay. I think that's pretty crazy. I have some connections with sharks, and my nickname is a shark Katrine.
Yes, it is.
So this point is, I traveled to Maldives, and over there was a nice like terrace, wooden terrace, and meeting an ocean. Okay, so there are many sharks. I remember, I see there's so many. They're not big, but there's so many, and I wanted to attract them. I called them by the leg. The leg was reaching my leg was reaching the water. So I called them, they're really not coming. Nobody's coming.
Not puppies!
Yeah, I tried it, there's nobody coming. I'm like, okay, hey guys, nobody coming. So what to do? And I a little bit cut my tongue, a little bit bited it, and then I put it in the water. And then they all came. When they all came, what I did was not stopping it. I had this curiosity one day maybe can cause me troubles. So when the sharks are down, I'm like, okay, what if I'm gonna put my leg in, touch them quickly, and then remove the leg? Nothing will happen. And I did it until they're down all. But I was only worried that behind the terrace, I don't see what's happening. I see here, but I don't see there. I'm like, okay, quickly. And then I put my leg in, touch the shark quickly, take it out.
No.
I think that was a crazy one.
Do you have a video of this?
No. I wouldn't repeat that, to be honest, but that's a crazy one. Yes.
I can't even comprehend.
Yes.
Like, you know, people say they go shark diving and it's like in an enclosed case, you put blood into the water to attract sharks. Mind is blown. Before you leave us, you're an inspiration to female motorcyclers. Do you have one piece of advice that you would give?
Yes. Yes. In general, not just a motorcycle. Life is one. If you want to try something, try it, experience. Is it motorcycle, or it's a skydiving, or it is jumping into the water in the kitchen, do it with the shark. Live the life. There are always boundaries. There are always bad. Life is one you never know you have tomorrow. So live a life today.
I love that so much. You know what I loved about this interview is I feel like every answer you gave, I asked about motorcycling, but it actually related to real life in general, like overcoming fears, challenges, and just going for it. Ekaterina, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
That brings us to the end of the show on this Monday morning. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, with the guys from Decisive Zone. It is Tuesday, so we'll be answering all of your visa questions. See you then. Bye-bye.